Welcome back. Namibia is focusing on a major step toward addressing the country's housing and urbanization challenges. The Namibia Statistics Agency will release the Informal Settlement Baseline Report on Wednesday in Swakopmund, the first national report produced through the National Housing Information System. The report is expected to provide reliable data on informal settlements to support better planning, policy implementation and resource allocation in line with the revised national housing policy. To unpack its significance and what it means for Namibia's housing sector and communities living in informal areas, we are joined by Alex Mudabeti, Executive for Geographic Information Systems and National Spatial Data Infrastructure at the Namibia Statistics Agency. Good morning and welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Guda.
Great. It's a lovely Monday, right?
Yes, it is.
Bright and early.
Thank you.
Great. Now, what is the Informal Settlement Baseline Report and why is its release at this time particularly important for Namibia?
Thank you very much, Guda. The Namibia Informal Settlements Baseline Report is the first baseline report on informal settlements in the country. You may recall that under NDP 5, the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, together with the Namibia Statistics Agency, were tasked to develop what we call a national housing database. And in 2022, this was achieved within the time frame of NDP 5. The Namibia Housing Information System was developed. And this particular system is a modular system. It has 4 modules. One module is on waiting lists or housing needs. The other module is on housing stock, which is the total number of houses that we have in the country. And also land use is the third one. Land use is about number of plots in our urban areas, what is available. Now the fourth module, which is so interesting, is on informal settlements. And this report falls under that particular module. It is the first national report that will be released under the Namibia Housing Information System. And as I indicated, it is the first baseline report that really is going to be very, very important in terms of benchmarking programs and also monitoring future programs on informal settlements upgrading.
How was the data collected and how reliable is it?
Thank you very much. You know, as a statistical authority, we are guided by the Statistics Act, and that's the reason why this particular report is statistical in nature. It has to subscribe to our national statistical policy and the Act. Therefore, what we did was to primarily collect the data. The local authorities are the role players in this particular area, and a questionnaire based on the module itself, the profile module of informal settlements, was used to collect statistics from all the local authorities, 57 of them. I should mention that the newly proclaimed towns or village councils of Onanjamba, which is former Okalongo, and Uis are not included in the report. So what is included is the 57, the original 57 local authorities. There are now 59 local authorities. So the input data came from the source itself, which is the local authorities, and further assessments of the informal settlements by the field teams. This was done jointly with the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and the Namibia Statistics Agency.
Now, what are some of the key findings or trends that have been revealed in this report, and what does it say about informal settlements across the country?
Thank you very much. I will not mention a figure now because it will
you can't give us before it's launched.
A violation
yes,
of the Statistics Act, but I can just give you maybe the content of the report. In terms of the content of the report, we are looking at the total number of informal settlements in the country. Remember, this is a disputed figure. nationally, we didn't know the total number or the official total number of informal settlements, which, for instance, programs such as formalizing 30% of the informal settlements. How do you formalize 50% of the informal settlement if you don't know the total number? That's very important. It's going to come from that. We are also going to zoom into each and every informal settlement by looking at the land ownership on which the informal settlements are located. And we are looking at the profile status. Does each informal settlement have basic information? Is it planned or is it land surveyed? How many communal facilities are available in those informal settlements? In terms of congestion, are they congested or decongested? If they are decongested, government will be very happy now to even formalize the residents where they are. If they are decongested, government will have to now look at areas where they have to now move the extra people to. So it's a very, very, very important report.
Now we know matters of land, housing, definitely a thorny issue, but how will this data assist government, local authorities and other stakeholders in planning for housing, land and just basic services for our people?
Yes, I can quote Peter Drucker. I think he one of the management philosophers who said nothing is so useless to do something so nicely when you are not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it, so you're spending all the efforts in doing it. This particular report is very, very important because it's now going to direct resources where it is needed. It's going to direct resources whether a development partner comes in, wants to look at which informal settlement needs maybe more communal facilities to shorten the distances, maybe to a communal tap. This report is going to provide that information. And also for government in terms of aligning resources and targeting and also measuring progress. This is very, very important.
Now, it goes without saying that having regular and updated data is very important. Now, continuous data input from local authorities. How prepared are municipalities to maintain and update the system effectively?
Yes, I've been at the helm of the system as a national coordinator of this particular system, Namibia Housing Information System. And I should state here that I'm so pleased with the commitment of local authorities in providing information, providing staff members who can be capacitated, because we are now at the stage where the Namibia Housing Information System, because of the commitment of the local authority management and their councils, we are at the stage where this particular system will be institutionalized in the local authorities, where it will stay there as a management support tool.
Yes.
So the commitment is so high from the local authorities, and we believe that this is even going to sustain the system.
Now, how does this initiative align with Namibia's revised national housing policy and broader development goals?
Yes, under this particular system, the Namibia Housing Information System, under which we are launching this report, is a central statistical tool of the revised National Housing Policy 2023 to 2028, under goal number 1 of the policy, which is to unlock housing opportunities. This particular tool is central, is providing information on almost all areas of waiting lists, housing stock in terms of even the housing conditions, the conditions of our houses, whether they are shacks or they are normal urban houses as per the planning, and the land use and so forth. So it is already aligned with the housing information system, the national housing policy, as a central tool that is going to be used for monitoring moving forward.
Now, moving forward, as we conclude our conversation, how regularly will this information be updated? And also, what are the expectations in terms of shaping the future of urban development?
Yes, this is, I think, why I'm so happy that we are launching this particular report, because without a baseline report, you cannot compare. You cannot compare. Now, the Namibia Statistics Agency, together with the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, aspires to publish status reports annually, every year, and in this case, perhaps by February 2027, we should have a comparison in terms of what has changed in our urban areas, because that is going to also help us to measure ourselves in terms of NDP6. Remember, in NDP6, there are targets. If we are to formalize 50% of the informal settlements, how many have we formalized in the 2026-2027 financial year? That is going to come out now. And so that visibility now is going to come out in public domain.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.